Hello, hello, and welcome. Andy, when I use the chat, it's asking me to sign into Google. OBS would like to use Bluetooth. Popping up. I guess we would allow OBS to use Bluetooth. This will allow OBS to find and connect to the Bluetooth accessories. This app may also, okay. Sound check. Andy,
Yeah.
to use the chat function, it's asking me to sign into Google.
Sign in, yeah, you have to sign in as you.
Me?
Yeah.
So that OBS won't, if it's you, it won't log me out or anything.
Right.
Aren't we using all your logins?
No, because it's your YouTube channel.
Oh, okay, so that's fine. I'll just check. It's me. I just wanted to check it.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
Okay. Definitely me. So I put the password in. Can you
Ah.
have a look? And I pressed to close the chat. Now I want to open the chat again. It's okay, great. Okay, great.
How you doing? Good to see you.
You brought your mat as well?
Yeah.
Brought your own mat?
Yeah.
Great. This one's pretty good.
Yeah?
That one's not. That one's not so good.
Did you set up that for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just put yours on top.
Yeah.
Or that one's not so good.
Cool, will do.
But I'd say this one is probably better than that one.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Okay.
got a little
Okay.
bit old. That's why I put it in your...
This one's got a nice grip to it.
Yeah.
Really good grip. It's rubber. It's got a nice grip.
It's nice and warm here.
Yes. We're going to start in 5 minutes. So I'm going to stoke the fire so that we can get a real sweat on. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yes, I'm not there.
That's your mat.
He's handing out.
Andy's going to set up, that's his mat there.
Oh, okay, thank you. Right back.
I am.
I missed a bit of like Gary Newman. What's that?
I missed Howard actually.
He was away with the like mix up. Hang on a second. God, you're messing with my head. She said this is live. You're going over there. You're watching it live stream from out there.
So sound is good. Visuals are amazing. Company's all right. Give it a few minutes and we'll get started. Andy, I've pressed something and I've made like a live stream within a live stream now.
What the hell?
I don't know what. I sent something in a chat. I think I'm in the chat still. Yeah. So close the chat and maybe close the chat. Close it and start again. I've sent the stream to the chat.
How did you do that?
I'll show you what I did.
Because
anyone in the chat? Is it on the stream?
I know, it was a mistake. So, okay. So press that love heart. Okay. Don't know what I did. That's sorted now.
Just
Okay, hello, welcome to those of you that are joining online. I've got some emojis that I'm going to be using throughout. I'm just going to test a few out now. So if I do this, yeah, fireworks. It works. Perfect, welcome. You're now joining me online. You're in the company of Andy Master Fu, Amber Rose, and Jose. My name's Maxine, and we're going to start, well, lying down, I guess. There's plenty of ways we can do this. You can bring the soles of the feet to touch and let the knees spread. Or if you're feeling like the lower back needs a little warm up, you can keep the knees bent and bring the knees in together. And you can take your arms above your head and cactus the arms. I'm just going to take a few minutes to get into the zone. Let's drop into the here and now, leaving any drama at the door. Settling into your skin and bones. Just a few minutes of intentional stillness. At the beginning of our practice, we'll really focus the mind, preparing for the movement. So if you can, let's resist any urge to fidget. Play with your hair, scratch an itch. Can we just let the body be? You're doing really well. We've got about a minute to go in body stillness. Lovely, beautiful stillness. Now we're going to play with the breath. We're going to take a nice big inhale through the nose, filling the lungs, really expansive inhale. And then we're going to open the mouth and let it go. You're going to do 2 more just like that. Now we're going to come back to our nasal breath. We're going to tune into what they call a box breath. So that's a nice steady inhale through the nose for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you've got to hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Before exhaling through the nose. 2, 1. Holding the breath now with no air in the lungs. Pure stillness. Before inhaling again for 4. Holding the breath for 4. Exhaling for 4. Holding no air in the lungs. Before inhaling again for 4, imagine this line drawing up. Holding the breath there as you draw the line across horizontally. And as you exhale, imagine the line drawing back down. And as you hold your breath, your line comes back to connect to box breath as we inhale for 4. Holding the breath for 4. Exhaling for 4. And then holding the breath for 4. And you're going to continue this round of breath, your own breath, tuning in to present moment awareness. I want you to tune into your own internal flame. The temple of fire in your heart. Feeling into the element of fire. The glow. Your internal glow. Radiant, warm, I want us to connect to the fire, the great fire. Connect to all the fires that have ever burnt. Allow it to melt away your fear. Let it burn away your limitations. Your guilt, your shame. Tune into the everlasting element of this ancient magic. Continuing that box breath for a few more rounds. Final round. Before coming back into the room, blinking the eyes open, and just saying hello to the lower body now as you bring maybe the knees back together. And bringing the knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze. And then we're going to bring both feet down to the mat. We're going to bring the hands to rest down by our sides, palms facing towards the earth. And we're going to start to inhale through the nose, and as we do, we press into the feet, lift the hips. And we're going to hold the breath at the top in bridge, before slowly releasing the vertebrae back down on your exhale to the mat. Lovely. This time we're going to do the same. We're going to take the arms up above our head as we inhale, press into the feet, lift the arms up. Holding that breath before lowering all the way back down to the mat. This time we're going to do exactly the same, lifting the arms above our head. This time we're going to take the right foot up off the mat, pressing into that left foot if you're wobbly, holding the breath before exhaling everything back down to the mat. Pressing into that right foot, let's inhale the arms above our head, lift the hips, lift the left foot to the sky, point through the toes, keep lifting, holding, and then exhaling the left foot back down to the mat. We're going to press into the feet, take the arms up, inhale, then we're going to take both feet off the mat. That's a joke, that's a practical joke. It's impossible to take both feet off the mat. Lowering the arms back down by your side. We're going to take this right foot, place it on top of your left knee. Lift the left foot off the mat, bring the thigh in towards you. Try and reach for the back of the thigh, or if you've got a bit more space, take the front of the left shin, give yourself a squeeze, feeling into your piriformis. That outer hip on the right side, give it a nice juicing, relaxing the shoulders back down into the mat. And then releasing, taking this right knee all the way over the left. Seeing if you can hook the right foot behind the left ankle, but no drama if you don't. Let's send the knees to the left as we gaze to the right. Nice spinal twist. Finding that breath. Before coming back to center, untangling the legs. Let's take the left foot on top of the right knee and start to reach for the back of the right thigh, giving yourself a nice squeeze, or maybe even reaching for the shin. And we're going to release and take that left knee over the right. See if we can hook that left ankle behind. And then we're going to send both knees to the right as we gaze to the left. Nice spinal twist there. And then coming back to center. I want you to give your knees a little squeeze in. Grab for behind the thighs. And we're just going to bring a little momentum into the practice as we rock and roll ourselves to seated. Now, this one's a great one for your nan. So if you've got tight hips, you're going to use your pillows or a block to sit up on. Because what I want you to do is extend the legs out. So we can start to soften as we move into the practice, but for now, there's no need to have the legs straight. You can keep a nice soft bend in the knees. What we're trying to do is keep the spine straight, so that if you find yourself rounding to sit up, you're going to want to sit yourself up on a block or some pillows so that we can bring some straightness back to the spine. And that's just going to allow us to move into the stretch with breath without compromising the back. So your legs are outstretched in front, maybe the knees are bent. And you're going to see if you can start to close down the eyes. Tuning into that breath now as we breathe in together. And as we exhale, we're just going to stay here. Then we're going to take another breath in together. And as we exhale, maybe we walk the fingertips a little bit more in front. Maybe we don't. Maybe you just need to feel into the back of the legs here. On your next exhalation, you can start to kick the heels away if you want to start to straighten into the legs a little bit more. There's no need to push yourself deeper because the breath is going to do that. We're looking to hold this for about 3 minutes. So if you're uncomfortable now, it's going to feel more uncomfortable in a minute. So get comfy, get comfortable. Shout out to anyone's mum who's in the room. Louise, that's for you. Shutting down and feeling into that stretch. Where are you feeling the sensation? Are you able to tune into the soundscapes of your own body. Surrendering to the breath. And it's our breath that's going to allow us to deepen the stretch. You're halfway through it. The breath is a little hack into relaxation. And a relaxed body is a flexible body. So let's tune in. You're coming into your final 3 breaths. So if you want to kick the heels away, or maybe start to walk the hands a little deeper for the last few breaths. Now's your chance. As you inhale, maybe lift the gaze. And as you exhale, why don't you surrender the weight of the head into the stretch. So allow the head to hang heavy now. Lovely. We're going to ease slowly out of this one by walking the hands back. And then while we're here, we're just going to inhale, find some length along the spine, drawing up nice and tall through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we're going to twist from the navel and bring hands either side of that left leg, just working into the left hamstring, the back of the leg. A little more now. You've got options if you want to take your hands to the feet, come into your head to knee. Keep pressing the belly button down towards the top of the left thigh. Maybe giving your leg a little kiss. As you bring yourself slowly back up. And let's twist over to the right side. Just placing the hands either side of that right leg. And there's options to deepen this if you want to walk the fingertips away, reach for the foot. Trying to bring the belly down towards the top of the right thigh. Maybe having a little feel into the differences between your left and right hamstring. We've got the advantage of heat here, which is really great to loosen up the body, allow you to deepen the stretch, but remember this is your practice. So do what feels right for you. As we come out of this stretch, I want you to take the arms up, interlace the palms above your head, and lift the gaze. Nice little back bend there, releasing the hands and helping yourself out of this one. So we've been in it for almost 5 minutes. So slowly bring those knees together. You may want to lean back and release, knocking the knees left to right, right to left. Ah, that feels so good. Okay. Keep the fire burning. Let's move on to our hands and knees so that we can fire up the core. So you're in a tabletop position. Now you've got your wrists underneath, your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And you can go ahead and give your feet a little wake up. Get the extremities, maybe tucking the toes and sitting the bum back, giving the feet a stretch. And you can even wake the wrists up by bringing the fingertips towards your knees, And as you tuck your toes and sit the bum back, you're going to get a nice stretch in the forearms there. Coming back into that tabletop position, I want you to release the right leg, extending, circling through the ankle. And you might just want to stay here. Or if you pull your belly button in towards your spine, you can release your left hand. Keep pulling the belly button in. Fixing your gaze if you're a little wobbly. Keep pressing into that right hand. Try to create space between your right shoulder and your right ear. And then you can stay here or you can move with me. I'm going to bring elbow to knee as I exhale, as I inhale, exhale, inhale. And you can stay here or you can try and grab for the foot. So kicking into your left hand with your right foot. You're going to wake up the back. Keep kicking, keep kicking, keep kicking, and then release. Well done. Let's move it over to the opposite side, extending through the left leg, pointing through the toes, giving the ankle a little release. Remember, you can stay here, working on balance, fixing the gaze. If you're a little wobbly, it's okay. It's Christmas Eve, Sunday morning. And let's syncopate breath as we move elbow to knee. And you can reach back and grab a hold of that foot with the hand, keep kicking in. And then releasing back down to the mat. And then I want you to bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees nice and wide. And just remind ourselves that child's pose is here for us if we need it. Sinking the bum back towards the heels. Outstretched in front, or you can even bring the arms back behind you. Just remind yourself if it ever feels like you've lost that connection to your breath, come back here. Right, let's keep the fire burning. We're going to bring ourselves into a downward facing dog. So extending the arms in front, spreading through all 10 fingertips. Then we're going to shift the weight forward, tuck the toes, lift the knees up off the mat, press back into the hands, and look in between your legs. You want to keep a nice soft bend in the knees. This is our first down dog. And you can pedal out, which means lowering one heel to the mat so that you can isolate the hammies. Big muscle group down the back of the legs here. But if you need to bend the knees, if you're super tight there, that's okay. Keep pressing into the hands. We're going to work the back, the traps, the shoulders. Looking in between the legs, keeping the head and neck soft. And we're going to slowly crisscross at the ankles. Walk the feet towards the front of your mat, in between your hands. Keeping the knees softly bent. As we find our forward fold. So really bend the knees. Keep bending the knees. Keep bending the knees so that the stomach attaches, tries to kiss the top of the thighs. Grab a hold of the elbows. Relax your head. Give your head a shake. Yes, you've been good this year. No, you're not on the naughty list. Yes, you're doing yoga on Sunday. Winning life. No tension in the neck. And then we're going to bring the hands back down to the mat and start to press into the feet. I want us to unfurl, coming to standing, but very slowly. Very, very slowly, like we are evolving for the first time. And for those of you watching at home, I am now a headless purple monster. Coming into mountain pose. So bringing your feet hip width distance apart, pressing into all four corners of the feet, little soft bend in the knees, tucking the tailbone in, engaging through the abs, chest is proud. Let's relax the arms down by your side, roll the shoulders up and away from the ears. We're going to move through a round of sun salutations, getting warm with each round, warmer until we are hotter than the sun. Let's go. Take the arms above your head. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths, so just relax the shoulders away from your ears. Keep everything the same, tailbone tucked. This time we're going to lift the gaze. We're here for 1 more breath. Let's reach up from the waist as we inhale. And then we're going to forward fold. So bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. Bring the stomach to the thighs. Forward fold. Lovely. From here, we're going to move into a halfway lift. As we inhale, we press into the shins. Elongate. This is called your halfway lift. And then we're going to move back and forth 3 times as we forward fold. Exhale. Maybe taking the hands behind the calves if you want to deepen the stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more, just like that. Last one. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Let's step it back with the right foot. Big step back. Let's drop into that right knee. Let's keep the back of the foot flat. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. And if you want, you can always take your arms to the sky. 2 more breaths here. Maybe we want to lift the gaze. Even cactus. Just expressing the upper body. Do what you have to do for the last breath here. Before taking the hands back down to the mat, straighten through the right leg, send the left foot back, coming into a high plank. So we're firing up the abdominals, the core muscles. It's really going to help with our balance. Let's breathe through the shakes. Nice. We're going to drop the knees down to the mat. And then we're going to slowly lower down. Use the shoulders here. Don't let the belly dip. Let the shoulders take you all the way to the mat. And then here we're going to have the hands either side of our rib cage. We're going to start to wake up your lumbar as we inhale. Coming into a low cobra. Exhale. Lower back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, finding your low cobra. Exhale, lowering yourself back down to the mat. 1 more time. I want you to inhale. This time take your hands off the mat, completely waking up the back. And then exhale, lowering yourself back down to the mat. Hands either side of your rib cage, pressing into the hands, tuck your toes, push yourself back up onto your knees, and then lift the knees, hips high, downward dog. We're here for 3 breaths. Two more. And then the right foot's going to travel forward in between your hands at the front of your mat. And then drop your left knee down to the mat. Back of your left foot is flat. You can stay here or you can take the arms to the sky. 3 breaths. Feeling into that hip flexor stretch. That's the front of your left thigh. If you're not feeling anything, you need to take a bigger step. Widen your stance. Let's bring the hands down, frame that right foot, straighten through the left leg, bring the left foot forward, coming into a forward fold again. This time, Deepening that forward fold. Pressing into the feet, taking the arms above your head as you gulp some air in. Fill the lungs, exhale, come back to your breath. Maintaining that nasal breath. Taking a breath in, taking it out. Okay, let's move again. This time we can bring the big toes to touch. Let's bring the palms together as we inhale, lift the gaze. Hold it here, relax the shoulders away from your ears. Tucking that tailbone in. Inhale. And let's forward fold. Inhaling your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more, just like that. Let's step it back with the right foot. Big step back. Can we keep the right knee lifted? Let's inhale. Take the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Pressing into that left foot if you're wobbling. Activate through the glute. One more breath here. Hands find the mat. Left foot back. High plank, 2 breaths here. Keep the bum low. Keep the upper back rounded. Now let's drop the knees, or you can move into chaturanga. Inhale your low cobra, or you can start to try an up dog, pressing the hands, lifting the knees. And then rolling over the toes, or pressing back into downward facing dog. We're here for 3 breaths. Right arms, you're going to press into those hands. Don't move those hands, but walk the feet forward. Bend the knees, keep pressing into the hands, that's better. All right foot's going to travel forward. Drop into the left knee if you need to, otherwise keep it lifted as we inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus. One more breath here. Let's bring the hands either side of the right foot. Left foot forward, forward fold. Keep pressing into the feet. Bring the palms together to touch overhead as we inhale up. Exhale. Connect back to breath. Let's find one more round. Inhale, chair pose. We're going to bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Keep tucking the tailbone, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Tucking the tailbone, don't let the lower back do the work. Let's switch on the abs, switch on the quads, and let's forward fold. Let's inhale that halfway lift. And then we're going to see if we can bring the feet both together as a jump back into high plank. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your low cobra or up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. We're here for 3 breaths. Remember, child's pose is here if you need it. I could definitely model for Sweaty Betty right now. All right, we're going to lift the gaze. We're going to see where we want to land in between our hands, and we're going to bend the knees so we can walk or hop the feet forward in between your hands, coming into your forward fold. Pressing into the feet. Let's come up via chair pose. Inhale. Exhale. Samastiti. Nice. Let's keep the fire burning. Shift the weight. into your left foot. We're going to see if we can lift the right knee into our chest. We're going to see if we can step this right foot back behind us. So both soles of the feet are flat to the mat, and we are straightening into both legs. So both legs are straight-ish. Don't worry if they're not. We're just going to try to straighten both legs, square the hips back, and we're going to use the breath to lead the chest. So let's inhale, and as we exhale, send the chest forward. That's all we're going to do. Inhale. Send the chest forward. One more time. And when the chest can't go any more forward, then we're going to start to lower the chest down. Now send this left hip back. It wants to creep forward. And maybe we can start to use the hands now to rest on the leg or the mat. Or if you want to try bringing them behind your back in reverse prayer, go for it. We're here for 3 breaths. We're going to relax the head into this pretty deep hamstring stretch down the back of the left leg. 2 more breaths here. Maybe one day giving your shin a little kiss. Now let's release the hands to the mat. Bend into that front left foot. Bring the palms together. We're going to find warrior 1. So we're going to bring the palms up. We're bending into the left knee. And we're pressing the right heel down towards the mat. Let's stretch out that Achilles heel for 3 breaths. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Here we go. We're going to move into our first balance, half moon pose. We're going to release this left hand down to the mat in front of your left foot. And we're going to see if we can lift the right foot up and off the mat. And you're going to keep the right hand on your right hip as you open the hips out to the right, extending the right arm up. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Doesn't matter where you are in your practice, we can all connect to breath. Maybe one day gazing towards the right thumb. One more breath here, you're doing really well. And now we're going to drop this right foot back down into warrior 2. So bending into the left knee. We're starting to fatigue that left leg now as we bend into the left knee, gazing over the fingertips. Coming into warrior 2. Keep bending into that left knee, opening up through the hips. And then we're going to inhale to reverse our warrior. We're going to take the left arm up, feeling into that side body bend. And then we're going to drop the left forearm down onto the left knee. Gaze to the right thumb. Then we're going to drop that left hand down to the inside of our left foot, or not. Remember, this is your practice. You can stay with your forearm on your knee. And then we're going to sweep this right arm up and over, gaze to the thumb. And if you want to try a bind, you're going to take this left hand underneath your thigh, take the right arm up and back, and interlace. If you're in the bind, you may as well stay for 3 breaths, or bird of paradise. Listen carefully. We're going to take the right foot forward. And then we're going to use the gaze to quickly lift. And as we do, we take the left leg with it. Wherever we are, we've got 2 more breaths. If you want to extend the left leg, go for it. 1 more breath. We're all going to meet back in that warrior 2 now. Let's windmill the arms either side of that left foot, and then we're going to find a warrior 3. We're going to lift the right foot off the mat, straightening into that left leg, square the hips back down to the mat. So this is not half moon pose. The hips are squared back down to the mat, and we're going to play around with taking one hand off the mat, maybe swapping it out, maybe taking both hands off the mat. Wherever we are, we're going to connect to those 3 breaths as we extend the arms forward, or even back. One more breath here. And then here's the challenge. Can we bring this right knee back into our chest without letting that right foot touch the mat? Don't let the foot touch the mat. The floor is lava. Squeeze it in, let it go. Ah, that was a beast. Shake it out. Let's inhale through the nose. Let's exhale out the mouth. We're going to let that side go. We're going to move on to the next. Shift the weight into the right foot. Let's hug the left knee into the chest. Let's step that foot back behind us. Both soles of the feet flat. Let's square the hips. Let's use the chest to lead as we exhale. Send the weight forward. Send the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When the chest can't go any more forward, lower it down. Use your hands to support you. Find the leg, the mat, or take them behind your back in reverse prayer. We're here for 3 breaths. It's time to let the head hang heavy. If you're a little wobbly, fix the gaze on one point of focus. Where the gaze goes, the body will follow, so keep it steady. Nice work. From here, we're going to release the hands back down to the mat, bend into the right knee, come into warrior 1 as we bring the palms to touch. We're here for 3. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears, pressing that left heel down into the mat. Moving into half moon pose. We're taking the right hand down to the mat and we're going to try and lift the left foot up. As we do, we try and open the hips to the left side of the room. Staying here for 3. Releasing the left arm up for 2. Maybe taking the gaze to the left thumb for 1. Maybe one day lifting this right hand off the mat. And then we're going to drop it back into warrior 2. So drop the left foot back, bending into the right knee, gazing over your right fingertips. Stay with it. Let's reverse. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the forearm to the knee. Gaze to the thumb. You've got some options. You can stay here, keep building strength in that right leg, or you can drop the right hand down, sweep the left arm up and over. If you're in for a bind, let's do it. Take the right arm underneath your right thigh. Let's take the left hand up and back, connect. And if we're binding, you can have, there's a few options. You can straighten into the front leg, or you can try bird of paradise. As we bring the left foot forward, let's lift the gaze. Jose, do you want a high five? Yes. Go on. Go ahead, lad. Nice. One more breath here. And we're going to find back into warrior 2. Nice, warrior 2. Well done. Windmill the arms. Frame that right foot. Let's move into warrior 3. Let's get it over and done with. You're doing really well. Lifting the left foot off the mat. Working on straightening into right leg. Squaring the hips back down. And have a play around with taking the left hand off the mat. And then the right. And then maybe both one day. Options to come into warrior 3 as we bring the arms forward or back. One more breath. Stay focused. We've got to bring this left knee back into our chest if we can. Give it a little hug if you made it there. Well done. Let it go. Let's vinyasa our way down to the mat. Strong, sweaty, feels good. We're going to slow the practice down a bit now. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, high plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here for 3. For 2. One more. Right foot forward, let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's step the right foot back. Let's all lift the gaze and let's see if we can lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. Nice work. Let's find Sphinx pose. Bringing the elbows underneath your shoulders and just giving your gaze a little look over left and right shoulder. Keep pressing into those elbows. Press the pubic bone into the mat, take some compression out of the spine. Have a little nosy around. And then we're going to see if we can bend into that left knee, bend into the right knee. Keep the gaze. And then release back down, give the hips a little shake left to right. And then we're going to bring the forehead to rest on the hands. From here we're going to see if we can grab a hold of that right foot as we bend the right knee. Take a hold of the left foot as we bend into the left knee. And you can stay here, this is a great stretch, pulling the heels towards the bum. Or we can inhale, let's lift the chest, let's kick into the hands. Finding our bow pose. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. And release. Giving the hips a little shake left to right. Using the hands either side of your rib cage to tuck the toes, big push up onto your knees. Let's sit the bum back. Let's find hero's pose. So we're just going to see if we can sit the bum in between the heels. You can use a block. Just connecting back with our breath. You can always bring the heels to sit, the bum to sit on the heels, but ideally what we want to do is find some connection between the earth, the sit bones. I'm going to come into our final pose to seal the practice. It's called Fire Log, which I think is quite apt. So we're going to come into a seated position. It's time for some fireworks. Oh no, it's rave strobe lights, this one, it's brilliant. I love it. Yes, and again. That's my chi, that was my chi, sorry. So fire log pose, final stretch. This is a really nice one as well to end with, so well done. We're gonna take the left shin, like a little left shin baby. Maybe even taking the foot into the elbow crease. And then we're going to send this shin baby away from us, send it away. Really try and press the shin far away. And we're going to take the right shin baby. And what we're trying to do here is try to get your right foot on top of your left knee so that you can stack your legs on top of one another so that they look like fire logs. Now, I've been doing this for many years, so what you might want to do, if you find that your knee is up there somewhere, just lean it back, lean it back. Eventually one day you're going to be able to sit up, putting a little pressure on that knee. But for now, if you need to lean back and just work on sitting up, we'll get there with breath. For those of you that are with me, just applying a little pressure onto that right knee, connecting to breath for 3. For 2 more. And then for those of you that want to deepen the stretch, we are going to walk the fingertips in front of those fire logs. And as you do this, you'll notice the pull, or maybe feel into where your body is trying to communicate with you. I get something in my right outer hip. I also feel it in my left hip. And with every exhalation, you can start to soften wherever we are. I'm going to hold fire log here for 6 breaths, which is about a minute. It's time to tune in to that internal soundscape now. I hope you can hear the cackle of the fire. Final few breaths. I'm going to lift the gaze. I'm going to slowly walk the hands back, all the way back, so that we can untangle the legs. We've got to move it over to the opposite side now. So I'm going to bring the right shin down as far away from us as we can. Placing the left foot on top of the right knee. What you're trying to aim for is this inverted triangle shape when you look down in between your groin and your shins. But remember, there's options, leaning back, or maybe even just trying with the leg extended. Just trying to sit upright for 3 breaths before we move any deeper. Maybe applying a little pressure to that left knee. And you'll notice with breath it'll slowly soften. Just stay relaxed. Nice and long in the exhalations. And I invite you to move deeper. If it feels good, let's juice it. I'm going to stay here for that minute, about 6 breaths, if you want to count them. Remember, it's the breath that's going to get us through this, so let's breathe into any discomfort. Final couple. You're going to lift Trust your gaze. You're going to slowly ease it back. Nice. Releasing. Well done, everyone. I want to conclude the practice with a round of lion's breath, but I really want you to come and join me. Come on. All right, lion's breath. So we take a nice big nasal breath in, and then as we exhale, we stick the tongue out and we give the neck a nice stretch, and we just let go of any self-consciousness. It's going to prepare us for the festive mayhem ahead. You can keep the eyes closed if you wish, or you can enjoy what us four look like. Let's breathe in together. Two more. One more. Nice. Give your hands a little rub. Give yourself a bow for doing that. It was not easy. Well done. And for those of you that have joined online, it's been a pleasure. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you get loads more of this stuff, which you've got to look at the camera intently. No? Okay, all right, we'll just do these then. Okay, you can try. No. Andy, that's cheating. Yay! Look at these strobe, Sams. Look at
Yes.
our chi. It's our chi energy right there. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Yes. Merry Crimbo. And a Happy New Year.